A very good morning to all. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to present the topic. Without a further ado, let's dive in the topic. Neovascular glaucoma, as we all know, is a therapeutic challenge. There are no clear-cut consensus on how to initiate the best treatment to address the different aspects. Treatment steps include lowering of IOP, anti-inflammatory treatment, reduction of retinal ischemia, and inhibition of VEGFs. Vitrectomy with PRP and silicon oil tamponade may also reduce intraocular pressure in eyes with neovascular glaucoma. Aim of the study to determine the safety and efficacy of an integrative combined surgical approach which included PPV, near confluent full scatter PRP, intravitreal bevacizumab and transscleral cyclophotocoagulation in a single surgical session. Institutional Ethics Committee approval was taken. It's a retrospective interventional case series conducted in a glaucoma department of a tertiary eye care institution. Inclusion criteria: NVI, NVA, IOP more than 21, BCVA more than perception of light, 18 years or older, blind eyes were excluded. All patients with decompensated neovascular glaucoma and preserved visual function received the intervention. BCVA, intraocular pressure, the number of glaucoma medication was recorded at baseline and at follow-up visits at 1, 3 and 6 months as a part of routine care. Success was defined as IOP less than 21 millimeters of mercury or IOP reduction more than 30% from the baseline with or without glaucoma medication and without the vision loss. Surgical technique: all eyes underwent transscleral cyclophotocoagulation, standard 3-port gauge PPV, near confluent full scatter PRP till aura serrata, intravitreal bevacizumab and air tamponade. At follow-up, retreatment in case of eyes with elevated IOP, first increased AGM to maximum, then repeat transscleral cyclophotocoagulation. In case they fail to respond, then go ahead with tube shunt or trabeculectomy. If elevated IOP associated with vitreous hemorrhage, then repeat vitrectomy, PRP, transscleral cyclophotocoagulation and intravitreal bevacizumab. Patient, if lost to follow-up, completed a standardized telephone survey that contained the following question: what was the main reason for not coming up? What is your current vision function? How many glaucoma drops are you using? Do you have any eye pain? Are you overall satisfied with the outcome of the treatment? Results: 11 eyes of 11 patients were included. NVG underlying conditions included proliferative diabetic retinopathy, retinal vein occlusion and vasculitis. At baseline, NVI stage 2 in 45.5%, stage 3 in 36.4%, stage 4 in 18.2%. Mean logMAR BCVA was 1.96 at baseline, 1.578 at 1 month, 1.53 at 3 months and 1.48 at 6 months. IOP decreased significantly from 44 at baseline to 15.91 at 1 month, 19.64 at 3 months and 15.09 at 6 months respectively. The number of glaucoma medication decreased from 4.73 at baseline to 1 at 1 month, 1.27 at 3 months and 0.91 at 6 months respectively. 2 eyes had hyphema at postoperative day 1, both of which resolved on its own within a week. No eyes required repeat PPV or laser augmentation. 2 eyes underwent glaucoma drainage implantation due to uncontrolled IOP within 3 months of primary surgical intervention, and these are the eyes with stage 4 NVI. 2 eyes received repeat anti-VEGF injection to tackle the macular edema. All those 5 patients were lost to follow-up, and these patients completed a telephone survey. Main reason for missed visits were general health issue, long distance to a hospital and family-related reasons. 4 patients reported overall satisfaction with the treatment, and all these patients were pain-free. Kaplan-Meier survival curve showing probability of failure at 6-month follow-up, success rate was found to be 81.8%. Limitations: small sample size, no control group, so no intra-group comparison of before versus after treatment data. As a retrospective study, it can only inform on future prospective studies parameters and design and help formulate but not answer the hypothesis about association between treatment and outcome. To summarize, visual function remained low in most of the eyes in a study. IOP lowered significantly and reduced the number of glaucoma medication. Conclusion: a single integrative surgery to control ischemia and IOP is useful and safe. It's a potential consideration to be included in the treatment algorithm before proceeding to filtering surgeries in NVG with vitreous hemorrhage. It reduces the patient and healthcare system burden by simplifying the post-operative care and follow-up. With this, it's a wrap. Thank you and have a nice day.
Dr. Saab, in the logMAR chart, you are showing that the BCVA is decreasing in all the cases. So why? Can you tell me?
Ma'am, all these patients were having the low vision potential. So it was like basic aim was to control the IOP, to steal that time for doing that filtering surgery, because filtering surgery has a higher failure rate in the long run. So best corrected visual acuity was fluctuating up and down.
You have done this endo laser PRP. So you have not done this filtering surgery in these cases.
Only 2 patients required that intervention after 3 months because they have uncontrolled IOP. We haven't done filtering surgery. We haven't done TRAB in that.
So PRP itself will lead to the optic nerve atrophy gradually. That can
Yes, ma'am.
also
But
be
all these patients were having vitreous hemorrhage, so we ultimately had to do endolaser PRP till ora serrata to reduce that oxygen load.
You did a surgical procedure along with the intravitreal injection. That
Yes.
was I understand.
Yes, ma'am.
So this surgical procedure was endolaser.
Surgical procedure was pars plana vitrectomy along with endolaser PRP along with transcranial
None of the
cyclophotocoagulation.
cases had the photocoagulation outside. No, without doing an endolaser, none of the patients you have taken.
No,
So it was all.
all these were nevi patient. We have done all these 3 interventions simultaneously in the same setting.
So these are all vitreous hemorrhage patients.
Yes,
All
only
the
posterior segment
neovascular-
pathology patients were taken.
All these cases were vitreous hemorrhage
Yes,
with
yes,
neovascular
yes.
So after your procedure, did you see the regression of the vessels in the iris and the
Yes, it was there.